Yeah, thanks.
Would you please introduce our guest speaker this evening?
Yes, I would. It'd be my pleasure. Um, so beginning with 2024, we established a new mission partnership with MD Anderson. Most of you have heard about that or know of it. And we've been actively engaged with them on a couple of different events and initiatives over the course of these first 7 months. But one that we're really excited about is the blood donation drive that we will have in on the WCPC campus on the 18th of August. And here to speak to that program for the church to give a little bit of background and idea about what to expect is Cheryl Dickerson. I'm very pleased to introduce Cheryl. She is the community representative um, for this area. It works as part of the Division of Pathology and Donor Operations. Cheryl's been with MD Anderson for about 20 years. She has been both on working on the recruiting side for new donations, but also she has been associated with MD Anderson from the other side as well as family member beneficiary for the services that donor operations does for MD Anderson. So without going into any more detail, I'll turn it over to Cheryl. She'll speak for 10 minutes or so. And then those of you that might have some questions about the donation drive on the 18th or anything else associated with their program, please just feel free to ask. So Cheryl, with that, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the opportunity. As Deborah said, we're going to be at WCPC on the 18th, which is a Sunday. And we're there from 8:30 until 12:30. All the units that we collect at the I'm sorry, hon, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought someone said to me, I'm sorry. So we'll be there from 8:30 to 12:30 on the 18th. We'll be there on a donor coach, which will be parked outside. Our goal is to get as many donors as we can to come through and donate. And with that, each unit is good for 3 patient impacts. So the lives of 3 people will be impacted for every unit we collect on the day of the blood drive. Our blood drives are basically run. I know you've done drives with Gulf Coast, similar to that, right? So you come in, you're screened, you move on to donate. We've added a new step in our process, which I believe is going to be so much better for the donor process itself. And it's all to make it convenient, all to make it easy for our donors. So as you schedule your appointments, and we encourage appointments, because we use it to prepare our teams and we use it to notify donors of what's coming up. So on the day of the drive, donors are going to get an email. And in that email, there's a code that they can scan to do their questionnaire before they come on the bus, right? This saves a big step. Normally, they would come on the bus, get that done, and it kind of holds up the operation. So by doing that in advance, and you can do it the day of, anytime the day of, before you get on the bus. They'll have the code there for you. You'll have the code in your email when you schedule your appointment. If somebody's not comfortable with it, no problem. We have laptops or iPads that they can complete the questionnaire on. The questionnaire is questions like, how do you feel today? Are you donating for someone? And so on. So it's all geared to how you're doing on the day. And then the team takes that in. You get on the bus, the screening goes through, and any question that is a yes, that should have been a no, or a no, that should have been a yes, the screen is going to address that with the donor. And that usually doesn't take that long. So that's a good process step for us. And also, our donors now from the UK can donate blood. We have opportunity for those that have had prostate or a tumor cancer, with this breast cancer or prostate, that they can donate if they've been cancer-free for 2 years, right? So those are some things that hopefully you can promote to the community. We have a lot of donors that we brought back because now we can do that. The flyer that I've sent to Denver has a QR code and a link, so the donors can go to either or to schedule their appointments. Again, appointments are important because we take that forward to our teams, and our teams practice, or excuse me, prepare supplies, resources for the drive in that way. Once the team gets there, which will be about 7:30, we're going to call Mr. Denver and say, hey, we're here. We're going to park the donor coach in the spot that Denver says is best for it. The team will be there again about an hour before. They'll set up and be ready to go for that 8:30 donor. We ask that they have access to restrooms on the day. And, I'm sorry.
President is far less relevant. He's not going to be the one setting policy. The reason
Is somebody asking a question?
just a lens.
No, somebody needs to turn their TV off.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're okay. That I don't have anything on over here, guys. Okay. So I don't know where I was, but I'll start with this. Everybody gets a T-shirt that donates a unit of blood, and we may have an extra incentive for us on that day as well, which is an umbrella for all those that donate. Donors, after they donate, will be offered snacks and refreshments as well. So you guys don't have to do anything special in that regards. And there's cookies, juice, Gatorade, water, apple juice, I believe, and cranberry juice. The snacks tend to change. So you may have Doritos or Fritos, but you'll have a snack after you donate. That's pretty much it about the blood drive. It's kind of straightforward. Again, if you've done it with Gulf Coast, we're not that different. The only difference between Gulf Coast and MD Anderson is primarily that when we collect blood, all of our units stay here. We don't give it out or move it on to another blood bank. We keep it here. And so we're getting 3 components, which is platelets, plasma, and cryo. And those 3 units are moving into our inventory after testing and processing here at Holly Hall, Denver. And then they'll move over to the hospital for use by our patients, which, by the way, on average, we have a usage of 600 or 1,000 units a day. That's between whole blood, or excuse me, red cells and platelets. And it's about 1,300 patients a month that receive transfusions here. So every unit is precious, every unit is vital, and it does make an impact immediately. I've heard stories, I'm sure Denver has too, of how a unit of blood can change from one minute. And I also heard the other side where they say, my son or my daughter needs platelets and I need to come in and donate. So they do that, they hold blood drives in order so our inventory can stay up and meet our challenges of the day. Any questions?
There was one that came in through chat asking if you're offering double red cell donations.
Yes, in fact, thank you, whoever that was. Thank you so much, because we did have a young man contact me. He is a OPOS donor. He wanted to make sure that we had that option on the donor coach. He in particular is scheduled to do that. We've noted on his file that he is to donate double red cells. I've notified the team, and that'll be a Trima machine on the blood drive for that. So once he completes his, or before he completes his, because he has a time, we'll be able to pull in other people that want to do it. And it's usually targeted just for the ONEGs and OPOS donors.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Denver. I forgot that, but that was just added, guys, by the way, this week.
Okay.
Oh, do y'all know what the eligibility criteria is to donate? And I say that because if you have any high school students there that are 17 years of age, they can donate. If they're feeling well and healthy on the day, they can donate. Our beginning age is 17 and there's no upper age limit. Main thing is how you're feeling. And if you pass all as many physical vitals, you can move forward.
How many
Right.
people?
Oh, sorry. How many people can you take from the 8:30 to 12:30 time slot?
The schedule
Okay.
is 2 every 15 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, is there a lower weight limit if you have a 17-year-old that weighs like 101 pounds? Or is there a lower weight limit?
No, ma'am, it's not. Everybody has to weigh 110 pounds.
Oh, 110. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And they advise everybody to please have a meal before they come and donate. It makes especially if you're a first time donor. Have a good meal, drink as many fluids as you're comfortable with, and then come in to donate. Snacks are okay, but if you're not a veteran donor and don't know how you'll react, it's recommended that you have that good meal. So breakfast. I don't know if you guys are serving breakfast that day, but that sure would be an incentive.
We actually are serving breakfast that day. We're having our back to school breakfast.
All right, all right. Well, good. Good deal. Good deal. That's an incentive. So tell the team and they'll send them over to get breakfast before they donate. Any other
Absolutely.
questions?
Well, we
Any other
appreciate your
questions?
presence, Cheryl.
Oh, no, I thank you guys for the opportunity. This is a learning for me. So I grow with each venture out like this. So I appreciate you guys so much for allowing me to have a minute with you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
thank
have
you for
one
joining.
question before you go.
Yes, sir.
How many drugs how many drugs that someone may be taking would eliminate them from giving blood, or which drugs?
Oh, wow. There's a whole big old list. You can't see it, but it's a whole, it's a whole big old list. So the common drugs like cholesterol meds, diabetes, medications, Humalog, blood pressure medications, those are regular and those do not defer you.
Okay,
If you're on any antibiotics, that's going to take you out until you finish that prescription.
Mhm.
There are some other drugs. If you know some in particular, Mr. Joe, you can email me, or Denver. You guys can email me specifically and I can look it up for you. As well, Denver, I can send you a blood donor guideline sheet, and in it'll have the various drugs and the deferral times for it if you'd like. I can,
Yes, please.
okay,
that would be
I can
good.
Yeah,
email.
we can put that on our
Oh, yeah.
bulletin board with
Okay.
the
Okay,
flyer. Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that. Any other questions? Y'all are such a good group.
Well, thank you for sharing with us this evening.
No, God, thank you. And thank you for the prayer, Miss Louise. I appreciate it so much.
Good evening.
And Cheryl,
Oh.
I'll meet the coach at 7:30.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And they do have your
Yeah,
number, Denver. So the rule is they're supposed to get there and give you a call.
Okay, that'll be fine. I'll have my phone with me, so that'll be
Okay,
fine.
all right then. Guys, I appreciate you guys. You have a great night and have a great meeting.
You too. Thank
Thank
you.
Stay a
you.
blessing like you guys are. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
Good night.